Welcome back. In the last video, we found a map that led to a secret area on the grounds, so we're going to start exploring that now. And Ron here thinks that this is where his brothers have hidden Snape's Sloth brain, so we're going to go looking for that. But before we go and do that, we're going to save real quick. And now let's start exploring. This is a pretty quick section here. There's a Wiggenweld potion over here in case you need it, but we're going to leave that alone for now. Alright, and we're going to go over here, and there's a patch of puffapods here. And like Ron says, you can throw them around and they make trolls sneeze, which doesn't really help us out here, but it'll be useful later on in the game. And, you got a little note from Hagrid here, basically repeating what Ron said. Alright, and Ron's just going to kind of run around in the circle like a retard, so you're pretty much on your own now. What else is new, right? In this note here, Venomous Tentacula is up ahead, so we got to take care of that. Whenever you run into a Venomous Tentacula, it's going to spit these little, like, things out, and you have to kill them by hitting them with a Flipendo. Easy enough, and then when you kill those things, you have to cast Incendio on the Tentacula itself, which I don't know why I suck so badly at this spell, but I do, so this is going to take a couple tries, so bear with me. But I promise this won't take as long as the Fire Seed plant. This will only take about 3 tries. Alright, so attempt number 2. I gotta tell you, you have no idea how annoying this is to me. Alright, so let's try this again. Attempt number 3. I don't know why the Incendio spell gives me so much trouble in this game, but it does, which I'm still wondering why we learned a spell to light plants on fire in a class that's supposed to teach us how to take care of them, but that's besides the point. So killing that will give us some house points and some beans. We're going to go over here and pull this lever, which will unlock the door near the puffapods. So we're going to go back the way we came. A lot of running around in circles in this game. Maybe that's why Ron's just kind of acting like a retard right now. Alright, then we're going to go through here. Now this next section, you can skip it if you want to, but doing this will give you some extra house points and beans, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. These Horklumps here, they're basically just giant toadstools. You just use Wingardium Leviosa, pop them out of the ground, and just move them away. And you got to grab the beans before they do, and you can't let them hit you, or they'll actually hurt you if they touch you. And if you get all of the beans from one, then you get some house points. You get like 5 house points if you get all the beans from a Horklump. If you miss any, you got to bring them back up again. Even though I already have all the beans I need for this section, but we're going to go for the house points. Alright, so that's 1. It's pretty boring, but it's not extremely difficult. That's 2. So what, 4 or 5 of them? I got hit there. Alright, so that's 3. And the last one. And that's all of them. And that'll give us about, what, 20 points? No, 25. Alright, so we're at 130 house points so far. Alright, so we're going to go here, and there's the Sloth brain. So that was, an extremely quick section. So now we're going to go back. We're going to go back to the door that we came through. Just jump over to this. Just going to go back through this little path here. And we're going to go back to the door we came from. But first, we're going to get a letter from Hermione. All it says is she wants us to meet her in the dungeons. So we'll go here, and we'll run into Ron, and we'll immediately end up back inside the Hogwarts entrance hall. But before we go and give Snape his sloth brain back, we have a couple things to do on the grounds yet. First, it's going to tally up the house points so far. Again, if you're losing to Ravenclaw or Hufflepuff, you need to just turn off the game and leave. Alright, Slytherin with 141. And now Gryffindor, 130. Alright, so we're in the lead so far. And then we'll end up right back in the Hogwarts entrance hall. But like I said, we gotta go back onto the grounds. We got a few loose ends to tie up first. Alright, so we're gonna go back out this door. Get back on the grounds. I think this is probably the longest I've gone without making a sarcastic remark about any aspect of this game. Well, now we're going to go give these beans to Fred and George. And then they'll give us the password for the portrait, which I know I've said this a bunch of times already, but why there's a portrait on the grounds, I'll never know. Alright, so we'll run back this way. Run past the loser who dropped his cat in the well. And we'll go and give this password to the portrait, and we'll get the surprise inside. Past the ugly ass Puffsking. Alright, we'll grab that chocolate frog there. Bring us back to full health, and we'll go through this little path here. And we'll go through the portrait. This is like the surprise in this portrait isn't so much, useful, but it's more useful than the last one. And here we get a famous Witches and Wizards card of Dumbledore. But at least this one it kind of contributes to you getting the secret ending. The Nimbus 2000 that we got in the last portrait doesn't help at all. It does nothing. So now we're done with that. So that takes care of the grounds completely. So now we're going to go and give Snape his sloth brain. Which how Fred and George managed to steal that from Snape, I have no idea. They must be a lot more badass in here than, they are in the books. Either that or they're more daring, because in the books, Fred and George wouldn't dare to steal anything from Snape. Or neither would any student, for that matter. And I like how Fred and George just kind of left it laying around on the grounds. Nobody said anything about, a brain just laying around on the school grounds. And I like how this so-called, forgotten area of the grounds, the entrance to it was a big-ass door. I mean, how do you forget about that? I could understand if the entrance to it was a like a kind of like a cave-like entrance that got like, you know, like a boulder fell in front of it or something. But no, it was a big ass steel gate. But that's neither here nor there. Alright, so now we're gonna go down here. Ron, you know, he's gonna kind of be all like, hey, let's go give Snape his brain. Yeah, it seems like Ron might actually, you know, be with you for once. Nope. He's gonna go back and wait at the entrance because Snape scares him, which again just proves that in this universe, Ron is a very, very bad friend. Alright, so now we have the dungeons unlocked. So we're going to go explore that. We're going to go to potions class first. But all of that we'll have to wait for the next video. Alright, so we're going to go through this door. We're going to go into our first room of the dungeons. And then we're going to run in here and we're going to save. And that'll end this video. Keep watching. In the next video, we'll go to potions class and explore more of the dungeons. So